Whittaker Brothers since 1945.
Hi, I'm Kyle Mitchell with Whittaker Brothers. We're down here in our service department with one of our most tenured technicians, Harry Faith. Harry, thanks for joining us.
Sure.
We're taking a look at a very old paper folder, and that's being conservative. Can you kind of tell us why this is in here, what happened to it, and where we go next?
Well, I believe this machine is at least 15 years old. I haven't been able to research the lifespan of this. It may have even been bought at our DC location, which goes back many, many years.
I can tell we've got quite a bit of rust here. That's probably a good indication that we've got some advanced age on this unit.
Absolutely, and it probably was in a place that had a lot of moisture. So, first of all, the roller's very shiny. Rollers haven't been cleaned for a while, but that'll also come about from age. We can also see the rollers here aren't square on the top anymore, and also they're starting to dry out, which would mean that those rollers would need to be replaced.
Harry, what can you tell me? Looking at this gear right here, I see it looks like it was once lubricated and now it's just kind of dusty. What happened here?
Well, the problem with the gear out with a paper folder like this is if you put too much lubrication in it, number one, it's going to get on your paper. Number two, it's going to attract dust. So what I generally use is a dry lubrication on that. That way it doesn't attract the dust, but even plastic needs a little bit of lubrication in order to run. But these machines need to be dusted, cleaned, and wiped down quite often just to keep dust buildup from happening.
Okay, you mentioned that the rollers, you saw something special on the rollers, and it's kind of difficult to see from that perspective, but over the top from here, you can see it very clearly. What happened to these rollers?
Well, this looks like it's probably from sunlight or fluorescent light. It'll tend to dry out. It'll dry rot, and over age and overuse and with all the environmental conditions, the rollers will get hard, and there really isn't much we can do. You can't clean that off. You've got to replace the rollers. It gets very expensive.
But there is one thing that happens to rollers that you can clean off, and that's toner. Can you tell me what happens when you don't clean that off ever, though?
Well, generally it'll build up. It'll cause jams. It'll cause skewing. It's usually in the area where the paper goes in, and with the roller cleaner rejuvenator, it will give a little bit of texture back to the rollers and keep them pliable, and to help take away from the UV light cracking and that type of thing. So it's going to make a better fold, and it's going to be much more efficient.
What kind of symptoms do you see out of a paper folder where the toner hasn't been cleaned off of it?
Skewing, jamming, misfeeds, misfeeds out in the conveyor area. A whole host of problems that adjustments on the machine can't take care of.
So what you're saying is just a little bit of roller cleaner will fix all of that immediately?
It's a good first start.
Okay.
It's something the customer can do to get the machine up and running immediately. If that doesn't work, then it's something that we would need to be called to look further into the machine.
And how often do you recommend cleaning those rollers?
Usually what I recommend to the customer, if you can see a shine on the roller, or you can see the fluorescent lights reflecting back off of it, it's dirty. And of course the other thing would be if it's not folding right, that's a first step.
Okay, and also these aren't fold rollers, but they do kind of roll. Do these need to be hit with roller cleaner as well?
Sure, they can be cleaned as well. It'll give them a little more grip. It'll help the paper stack better. So absolutely. Anything rubber, that'll work with. You don't want to get it on painted surfaces. You want to use your gloves. You want to put it on the rag. Use the rag to wipe the roller. Also, when you're cleaning these, you want to unplug it. If you need to move them, you can. A lot of the machines will allow you to move it by hand so you can clean. You just don't want your hands inside of it while it's plugged in and accidentally bump the on switch here.
All right, Harry, last question, most important one. Can you fix it?
Anything's fixable.
Anything's fixable. Do you think it would be worth it to fix this device?
No, I don't. I think with the age, even to replace the rollers, you've got a lot of age on motor and other components, and also, can we get parts for this at this point? It gets to the point where parts may not be available next week after we fix the problem this week.
Got it. Well, Harry, thank you very much for your time. Good luck with our new friend here. And my name is Kyle Mitchell with Whittaker Brothers. Thanks for watching.
For sales, service, and support, visit WhitakerBrothers.com. If you have any questions about this product, you can check us out on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, or post a comment below.